Forward TV. The world is thinking.
That the risks associated with the free speech of pedophiles, to sort of describe it in a way I guess I'm not entirely comfortable with, is not nearly as dangerous a thing to entertain as the risk of unfree speech. And by that what I mean is that unfreedoms, in the sense of people who in Zimbabwe are having their arms cut off for voting, people in China who are locked up for writing and painting, for praying. Prayer is a form of free speech which is banned in many countries. When those forms of speech are oppressed, our problems are by a great multiplicity worse than they are when we have perverts roaming around in dangerous but small numbers. And I guess it's not pleasant to talk about the manageable risks a community might agree to wear of having perverts roaming around, protecting somewhat their free speech. And I certainly, having been involved in trying to responsibly, carefully and minimally regulate the internet to prevent perverts having more access to free speech than is good for everyone, I've been quite aware of that. But I think that, I know in my own home context, I've written, for instance, that swimming pools in my country are a greater risk than pedophiles are to children. That's not something that most people are comfortable discussing, but the fact is in Australia, everyone should give their child a computer. No one should build a swimming pool until their kids are about 10, because the thing that knocks kids off like flies in our country is backyard swimming pools. People, with the barest of regulation for the flimsiest of fences are quite happy to accommodate the swimming pool risk. But my daughter's school sends messages home continually saying that we ought not allow computers in the bedroom, that computers should only be allowed in public family space. So I'm supposed to let her only conduct her currently she likes to play games in Japanese, so I wouldn't have a clue what she's watching even if I were monitoring it. So it's, the enormous personal and educational benefits that she derives from the computer are continually repressed by her school, which has banned iPods and various other electronic devices from the school on the grounds that it undermines community and public morals. And I think the thing that has been difficult for a lot of people to get their heads around is that sexual risk to children is largely from nearby known people in their lives. And I came to, I suppose, a particular understanding of this speaking to my 80-year-old neighbour Betty, who said to me that quite a number of her friends had had unpleasant encounters with teachers and priests and neighbours and various other people when she was a child, and the thing that she recalled being told all the time was, have less to say. Think about the reputation of the people that you're speaking about. Think about the consequences for the perpetrator. And that phrase, have less to say, I thought to myself, what more dangerous thing could you teach a child than to shut up? To completely make their speech unfree. And I think, as sort of slightly gross as it is, the sexual role models that matter for children are us, their parents, and demonstrating by example respectful, pleasurable sexual relationships and, demonstrating those behaviours and talking about them again, being able to freely speak about them. That's where children gain their protection from sexual predation. Censoring the internet has very little to do with it.